So we're going to write the standard equation of a parabola, and so just remember these are the equations that we're looking at. So when it's a vertical axis, so when it's open up or down, so the axis is vertical, we're looking at x minus h to the square times 4 equals 4p times y minus k. And then for the horizontal axis, so it's opening to the side, the axis is horizontal, we have y minus k squared equals 4 times p x minus h. So again, notice that when it's horizontal, that it is squared with the y, right? Notice here, that's squared. And then the vertical axis, the h is squared. Notice that if you think about h and k, h is the x value, so it's grouped with the x. K is the y value, and so that's grouped with the y. Okay, so just kind of thinking about that as you use these formulas to help you in plugging it into the right one. So let's find the standard form of the equation of the parabola with vertex at the origin, and focus is 2, 0. So if the vertex is at the origin, let's draw it here, and the focus is 2, 0. So x is 2, y is 0. So making sure we're graphing the right place. So the vertex, if this is the vertex, it is facing the focus. So I know it's making that kind of a shape. Then if I know that the focus is 2 units away from the vertex on the right, then the directrix, just to kind of talk about the directrix, it's 2 units away on the opposite side, right? And so it's here. So that is our directrix, and in this case, this is x equals -2, just to talk about that. Now, we notice is it's at the origin, and so we're really looking at x squared equals 4py or y squared equals 4px. Now, because it's a horizontal axis, we only need to look at the y squared. So we're looking at y squared equals 4px. Now, if I know the vertex is at the origin, then therefore the p is 2 units away from it, so that's p is 2. So we write 4 squared equals 4 times 2x, so the equation is y squared equals 8x. So try this next example. Find the standard form of the equation of the parabola with the vertex at the origin, and focus is 0, 3 over 8. So if you try this out, vertex at the origin, and then 3/8 at 0 and 3/8, so we know our parabola is opening this way. And so we notice our p value is going to be 3 over 8. And we're going to plug it into x squared equals 4py. So this is x squared equals 4 times 3/8 times y. So we can reduce, so we know the equation as x squared equals 3/2 y. Let's try this example. Finding the standard equation of a parabola. Now it's not at the origin. So it is now the vertex is at 2, 1. So right 2 up 1. So this is our h and k. And we know that the focus is at 2, 4. So right 2 up 4. So again, the parabola faces the focus, so I know it's going this direction. So I know that the p value, or just p, is 3. That's how far it is away from the focus. Okay, so p is 3. So now we know that it's a vertical axis, and so we are looking at the shifted formula here. The x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. So we're going to use this equation. So let's write that because I know we're going to use that. So we have x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. So we're going to plug in what we know. So our h and k are 2 and 1, and then p is 3. So let's plug it all in. So we have x minus our h is 2 squared equals 4 times p, which is 3, and then times y minus k. K is 1. So just the opposite sign there. And then let's simplify just a little bit. So this is going to be x minus 2 squared equals 12 times y minus 1 with the parentheses. So there is our equation. So go ahead and try this next example. Find the standard form of the equation of the parabola with vertex at 2, -3, and the focus for -3. So trying this out, you hopefully found that it was a sideways parabola, and p is 2. So we're using y minus k to the square equals 4p times x minus h. H is 2, k is -3, so just substituting that into the formula. and plugging in p for 2, you would get y plus 3 squared equals 8 times x minus 2. Now it is good to graph these as well, and knowing some good points to graph it with. And so one way is I know that if it's 8, this is really 1 over 8. And so what I did is I'm looking at 1 over 8x squared, or y squared, 1 over 8y squared. And so I know a good number to plug in is 4. So just kind of cover how to graph them. And so 4 squared is 16. So 1 over 8 times 16, that means 2. And so I'm taking it from where it's shifted. And so I know that from this point here, from the vertex, that if I plug in y is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I will get x is 2 on this side. So that's how I came up with the points here. And so it's good to kind of know how to graph them.